So for a few months, this big pile of rubbish on the beach, it's been much bigger than this, but it's kind of been stocked up. And for the last few months, it's been getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And the big pile of rubbish has started to kind of separate into smaller piles and become a bit organised. And I met the guy who's doing it 3 times now. His name's Norm. He's a great guy. Like, just one of those people that the moment you start talking to him, you just know that he's a decent dude. He's a really cool dude. A little bit vague about where he comes from. He's just moved to the area. I'm talking to him like, what motivates you to do this? Thinking, he's just a really nice man, which he is. But he says he's doing it to keep a lid on his mental health. So he's got a few demons and things he's been battling, but doing this kind of work and having a purpose and organising these things really helps keep him calm, keep him on top of everything. And it's exactly what comes across when you talk to him. Guy's full of life. He's a decent sense of humour, seems pretty happy-go-lucky, but he's kind of having a really positive effect on people around him. I kind of walk down here with Brolin almost every day, and the last few months you're starting to see people actually pick some rubbish up and bring it over to the pile. And I don't know, obviously I'm sure he appreciates that from an environmental perspective, but I don't know if he likes it messing with his system or whatnot, because he's definitely bang on it. But yeah, it's a really positive effect on other people. They've started coming and taking some rubbish over. And if he's down here and he's organising it and the people around, then he'll be like, excuse me mate, don't suppose you could just kind of take a bag? And he's kind of got bags full of rubbish, and he gives people the light stuff. Because he's a bit of an athlete, he's a bit of a beast, is Norm. Because these big fishing things, they're heavy, and he's like, they've been fished out the sea and stuff, excuse the pun, and they're heavy. So he gives people the light stuff and sends them on their way. And you can't say no to a man like Norm, you really can't. I mean, you shouldn't say no, why wouldn't you carry the stuff? But you can tell, again, looking at him, he's a physically fit dude. And I was like, well, do you do any other training, you play sports? He's like, no, this is just what I do. And he's yomping up and down the hills and across the beach and carrying these big old things that have been washed up by the ocean, sorting them out and carrying them. Like, it's a 20 minute to half an hour walk back anywhere. And if you're doing that, carrying heavy stuff, he says if you put it out here, then the rubbish men will collect it. So he carries it all the way back. And it's a workout. Me and my friend Max, we carried 2 bags full of polystyrene. And polystyrene doesn't weigh anything. And we carried them back, and we had 2 bags each. And we kind of like to think we're a bit fit. We train in the gym, and it's obviously my job and stuff. And we do lots of activities. He's a climber. And we were struggling. And this is 2 bags of polystyrene. So Norm, to do all this stuff and carrying, he's a strong man, he's a healthy man. I like to leave him little notes sometimes. I just kind of scratch chalk into it saying thank you Norm. I don't know if he knows it's me. I'll be a bit embarrassed to say, but he hasn't written anything back yet. There's a story of Norm and how he's keeping on top of his physical health and his emotional and mental health just simply by moving around natural environment and carrying stuff and walking, all natural movements. There's nothing unnatural about his training. It's not even his training, he's just living, and he's doing a good thing, and it's rubbing off on other people. And there's no real reason for this story. There's no sales pitch or anything like that. There's no advice I can give anyone based on this story. It just really speaks to me, and it's a massive part of the mentality of what I would like to try and get across to people as well. So again, thank you Norm.